guys? Thomas from Team Sakurasu here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! News video today, and I'm very excited to give you guys some more Lost Arts announced, and I have to admit, at least this lineup is way, way better than 2021's. If you guys have been a long-time subscriber, you guys know how disappointed I was with the 2021 Lost Art promos. I couldn't even find a single one I was really hyped for besides the Fusion a little bit, and that's it. But now we got some better ones. Now, before I get into it, if you guys could smash that like button, subscribe, that would be great. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And we're going to get right into it. So we already knew one of these, right? Which was Parasite, right? And a lot of people were really hyped up for this card for some older formats. Now, I was whatever with this, but I mean, at least it has a purpose, right? It's old school. I'm kind of cool with it, right? Now, we also have both Luminas, and what this basically means is that Konami really wants to give us, like, a lot of Light Swarms that have Lost Arts. Because if you guys don't know, I think the Halos were removed. So we got Celestia as a Lost Art for 2021, which was probably one of the worst ones to honestly get. Especially, at least at first. But now that I guess they're going to give us them once per year, which is really cool because that means that we can already figure out what one of the slots are, which is really boring actually. But yeah, Luminous right here. Alright, at least this is one of the better Light Storms cards. I can't say I'm really happy with this. I know a lot of people will be, but I just feel like giving us them one at a time is just really annoying. Kind of wish they had like they tried this thing like a Lost Art package. That would be really cool. Instead of giving us these once a year, but at least we're not getting any of the what's it called? The Charmers, like two of the Charmers clogging up the spots again. So, but instead we also have Lumina Lightstorm Shaman here. Now, I'll be honest with you, the Twilight Swarms, I should say, never really popped off. I'm not gonna say they were terrible cards. They just, you wouldn't ever really play them. So we have a completely dead card on arrival right here, which kind of sucks, right? But we're gonna get into the better ones now. We got Dawn Zalauk here, and this has been leaked quite a bit. I told you guys I think the leak is real. Some people doubt me, but now we have Dawn Zalauk with his guns out. I believe they're revolvers as well. And this is going to be really good for not only GOAT decks, but people who also want to collect this card. Because it's expensive in every hollow printing. Now you're going to have more of an accessible one, because even though this is going to be more on release probably, you can spend $30 at your local OTS and go grab this. I think this is probably a 10 out of 10 Lost Art here. Not just because it's from the classical Yu-Gi-Oh! But I feel like it's one of the cards that always needed a Lost Art / reprint. And I think that, and I don't think Lost Art should be used for reprints. However, if it happens to touch on other areas and also happens to be a reprint, it kind of adds to the value in my opinion. And I think that's great. Now, I have my first edition from Pharaonic Guardians, and I actually have to admit that I did not know this was actually censored, but I do really like this version as well. But I also like the knife version as well, right? And I usually, if you guys have been watching it for a long time, I'm not a fan of censorship in any shape or kind, so I hate when Yu-Gi-Oh does it. But I thought this one was actually kind of cool. So maybe it's because it was cool and I didn't look into it. I didn't know, but I'm probably going to alternate my Lost Ark, because I'm going to have to at least need 2 Lost Arts of Dawn Zalauk, one for playing, one for sealed. Then we have Unleash the Titty, right, on 2 cards. That's awesome. Which is these 2 right here. So, Nurse Dragon Maid, I have to admit, I did not see this Lost Ark coming at all. I was like, what? This is crazy to me. Now, it's probably going to come as a uncensored ultra, and I know some people are going to prefer the original printing, the secret rare. I'm gonna want the ultra rare, right? I'm gonna collect the ultra rare Dragon Maid. I think this is a really good choice for waifu collectors and Dragon Maid players alike. I find it very interesting that they gave us such a very current card as a Lost Art. This kind of basically gives us a rule that anything's on the table. Twilight Storm kind of does too. I mean, it's new in a way, but not as new. I mean, we've had this card for 4 years, I guess, at this point. So 4 years is whatever. But Nurse Dragon Maid, I think we've had this for about 2 years. You know, and I don't know if this card has a reprint. No, this card has a reprint as a gold, but yeah, it's not bad. Now, the last card here, Chocolate Magician Girl. Now, if it was Kiwi, I would be going crazy, because Kiwi's my favorite. But Chocolate Magician Girl, pretty good. And as you guys see here, the under titty, the under boob, as people call it, right over here. Mm, this is hot stuff. This kind of reminds me of Rosario Vampire, if you guys actually know what that is. I think this is really awesome. Again, I think there's a lot of great cards here for collectors. I think collectors are going to like Lumina as well. I am personally just not a fan of it, but almost all these picks I would say are pretty good because at least this Lumina serves a purpose. Even though it's not for me, I don't like it. I can see why a lot of people are going to like this, right? The only bad one here is Twilight Shaman, but the point is these Lost Arts are better than our last Lost Arts by miles, right? Last Lost Arts, I got all my sealed ones for like $3 or less, right? I ended up just buying the singles that were sealed. There was no reason to go to an OTS store, go grab them, right? And I only got them for like collection purposes. And honestly, but what I want to know in the comment section below is what are you guys hunting and which one is your favorite? Now, I will be hunting all of them besides Lumina, Twilight Shaman because it's just awful, and Parasite only because I already have my copy because this already released. So I'm not really interested in getting a bunch like a playset of this one specifically, like I am for a lot of the other ones. I'm cool with just one copy, but if it comes across my hands, maybe I'll keep a second copy. My favorites are either between Don Zalug and Nurse Dragon Maid, and the only reason it's tied is because I do like when they shock us with something like Nurse Dragon Maid. I was sitting here like, and this is official, as you guys see here. I'm like, whoa, this is nuts. Nurse Dragon Maid, but Don Zalug just looks way too cool. I think Don Zalug's my favorite. That's what I'm going to stick with, but Nurse Dragon Maid is close to second, with Chocolate Dark Magician Girl probably in a solid third place. But if you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. Thank you guys for 2,030 subs. Also, if you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Consider being a YouTube channel member. All my socials are linked in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably be my 5 cards having your trade binder. Hopefully later tonight or tomorrow. And I'll see you guys soon.